Hey fans, I know, face cam, not something I'm used to. uh, just welcome to this video. This video is gonna be me talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 presentation. Mostly, just what I want to see throughout the presentation. Hopefully I can put up some images as to what I want to show up for this video. This is my first time actually trying to do one of these, so bear with me on this, okay? Let's see. Well, to start off, I'm pretty sure the Switch 2 presentation is going to be a big presentation. It's going to be an hour long, per se. Just gonna. Sorry about that. I know you guys hear my Luffy case right there. So I'm gonna try to be organized with this wish list of how I think Nintendo is going to do this. To start off, I'm gonna say first prediction that the presentation is going to be an hour long. I think the first half of the Switch 2 presentation would be just to show the Switch 2 features, what the Switch 2 can do. I already touched this on my Mario Wii video. I'm sorry about that lag on the Mario Kart video, but yeah, I already touched upon it for my on what I said about on there. That I think the Switch 2 presentation is going to be the first half of it is going to be showing off the features of what the Switch 2 can do, and the differences between the Switch 1 and the Switch 2, because to me that's kind of important, especially if it's a sequel to a system, because they don't want a repeat of the Wii U, where a lot of people thought that the Wii U was just an expansion of the Wii. Nobody thought it was supposed to be the successor, and that led to bad marketing, poor sales, and Nintendo doesn't want to do that. So they need to show, for the Switch 2, they need to show what makes the Switch 2 so different. They need to show, they need to give us a reason why we should purchase a Switch 2 and not just hold onto our original Switches. Second prediction is, like I said, I think the first half is going to be the specs, the features, and I'm predicting that the second half is going to be the big games. Now, I'm not sure what to expect. Obviously, nobody is sure what to expect with the Switch 2 presentation. Aside from Mario Kart, which I'm looking forward to, by the way. Aside from Mario Kart, we definitely need 3D Mario. We definitely need that. Because we haven't had a 3D Mario game since Mario Odyssey, people. 2017. And I got my Switch. That was the first game I got from my Switch. Like literally the day that my brother got me a Switch, I bought Mario Odyssey. And that was in February of 2018. Jeez. Yeah, we definitely need a 3D Mario. Because like we haven't really had like a proper like 3D Mario, like I said, since Odyssey. And judging by their track record, Nintendo usually releases one 3D Mario game per system. And that all started with the Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64. And then GameCube, it was Sunshine. The Wii was an exception. Because it got both Galaxy 1 and 2. And I think the DS did have Mario 64, the Mario 64 remake, but I think that might have been the first one that didn't have a 3D Mario game, like outside of the Game Boy consoles. Because I think there were some games on the DS that ran that were in 3D, and of course 3DS had Mario 3D Land. The Wii U had Mario 3D World. And also, I'm not counting 3D World for the Switch. I'm talking about like one, like a 3D Mario game like that was released for on the console, like made for the console. So like yeah, Wii U had 3D World. The Switch had Odyssey. And of course now the Switch can play almost all the 3D Mario games aside from Mario Galaxy 2. I'm still pissed off about that. They released Mario 3D All-Stars, 64, Sunshine, Galaxy 1, but not Galaxy 2. I'm still pissed off about that. I'm hoping we get that. I really do. See what else. I doubt Nintendo's gonna do this, but I think the reason for this is because GameCube games were leaked for the Switch 2 to be added to the Nintendo Switch Online expansion, and I believe, as much as fans don't want it to be this way, I do believe that is how we get Twilight Princess and Wind Waker ported to the Switch. Now, I would prefer built from the ground up, like especially Twilight Princess. That would be very amazing. But if by any chance, like a very, very slim chance that Nintendo has the balls to fucking do this, built from the ground up Ocarina of Time. I kind of base it on bring the 3DS version and build upon it. Like if you have to resort to Unreal Engine 4, that's fine. But it would be amazing if they did it that way. but I doubt. I think it's most likely that we're gonna get Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo Switch again, mainly because of the GameCube version having the Master Quest version. Now, I really hope they don't. I probably really does hope that they don't do that, but they're going to, because that's gonna be like the easy way to port that. But I do really want Four Swords Adventures to get on the Switch, to get on the GameCube games. Double Dash, I really want that. And of course, like if you can get the emulation right, Smash Melee. To this day, I'm surprised that they didn't. That to this day, they have not brought Smash 64 to the 64 section of the Nintendo Switch Online. Like, what is that? What else? Prime 4 looks pretty insane. And again, like, I'm surprised that I know we've gotten Metroid Prime 1 on the Switch Remastered, but I'm surprised we have not gotten 2 or 3. Like, but something tells me Prime 2 and 3 will be released, like, soon, remastered, to hold people off until Prime 4 releases. Alright. What else? I do think, and I've been seeing reports on the release date, but I do think that the Switch 2 will release like somewhere in May or early June, because my girlfriend doesn't want that to happen, but you gotta relay the facts here. When I looked up the date they did the Switch 1 presentation. Actually, let me double check that. Alright. Alright, hold on. Alright, sorry, give me 1 second. I'm trying to... January 12th, 2017. Sorry, you probably can't see it. But yeah, January 12th, 2017 is when they did the Switch 1 presentation in Tokyo. And like a month and a half after, like March 3rd to be precise, when Breath of the Wild released, is when they released the Nintendo Switch. So I believe, I firmly believe that since they're doing the presentation, that the Switch 2 is ready. That Nintendo just has to fix a couple things, and I think that the Switch 2 will release in, like I said, late May, early June, some people are saying May 15th. Like, I guess like that's like some like important day. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I'll have to look into that. But definitely May 15th. Like, people are saying May 15th. Like, I'm not sure if it's going to be that day, but I'm definitely certain that it's going to be late May or early June. Now, I might not be able to get it, like, right at launch. I'm hoping, like, birthday present. But I'm gonna try to save up to get a Switch 2, so I can get a console for myself. Because a lot of the consoles I've gotten throughout my life, other people have gotten for me. So I think the PS5 was probably like the first one I actually, got somewhat myself. But yeah. Anyways, that's just my predictions. Like, I'm gonna recap it real quick. First prediction. It's gonna be an hour-long show, where the first half, the first prediction is gonna be like the first. It's going to be an hour-long show, and it's going to be the first half, like describing like the features. Second prediction is going to be like the games. Of course, New 3D Mario, Ocarina of Time remake, and the like May 15th or late May, early June release date. So that's all I'm going to talk about for now. Now, I know we just have to wait 2 more days. 2 more days, people. Alright, so, but yeah, leave a like and comment. Like, comment what you want to see in the Switch 2 presentation, because I would love to see your guys' predictions. Subscribe to my channel. Like, it has been feeling good to be back doing these and to not be interrupted. Alright. But yeah, take care. Bye bye. And let's go. Switch 2, baby. Let's go.